Hello there! Do you have a question that you really want the answer for? So this is a yes or no reading based on your star sign. Take a moment to give the video a little boop of the like button and let me know in the comment section what star sign you are, or if there's any readings you'd like to hear about in the future. So we're going to start off today with Aries. So Aries, can you tell me about Aries, how they're feeling right now? Definitely like work, Aries. I feel like you're working hard. You do have a bit of a payoff from your hard work. It's not like you're completely ignored here, but you do feel this stagnation coming in. Like you're not really being offered everything that you want. You're not really being offered everything that you need. And I feel like there is some connections coming in helping that spurring along. But with this question, I feel like it's a bit like, and now what? And now what do I do? Now what do I how do I head forward from here? You are juggling back and forth about this though. You're kind of thinking to yourself, should I really go forward? Should I continue on from here? Should I continue pushing forward? And with the reverse of the Ace of Swords here, the insecurities are making you kind of worry a bit like, oh, I'm not really sure where to go from here, how to plow on, how to push forward. You are slowly starting to improve things for yourself. You're putting in that effort. You're putting that groundwork to change your destiny. And I feel like this is after a great loss. Like this is after like you've had a lot of disappointment in the past and you spent a lot of time working hard to get yourself out of that position. Communication is definitely the key around this question. And I feel like it has been stagnant for a while, as in like the communication has been stagnant for a while. You're starting to learn a little bit more about reaching out to others, about connecting with others for help and for guidance. But is this a yes or a no? It does feel like it is a yes, though you may need some other help from other people to move this forward, to move your life forward, to move everything forward. So don't be afraid to reach out to others for others' guidance, suggestions or ideas, because I really feel like you can't really kind of fully progress yourself forward until you get others' help. And this is because sometimes we just don't have the answers ourselves. Other people have different experiences and they have understood different outcomes of how to progress forward and how to continue on. So I hope that helps you out, Aries. I'm going to move on now to Taurus. So Taurus, what do you need to know today, Taurus? So Taurus, you've been working hard here. I just wanted to clarify this hard work. You've been working hard here, but hard as in the sense of trying to do everything on your own, trying to get everything done by yourself, trying to progress things forward yourself. And I feel like the Hangman here, you have done that great improvement. You have kind of got to the stage where you're like, you know what, I'm propelling myself forward. I'm taking quite a lot of time to make sure I get my things done myself. Like, I don't need anybody else to help me. I don't need anybody else's aid. And I feel like for many of you, this is because you are a little bit heartbroken at this time. Other people have been disappointing you. And it's made you kind of feel like, I need to be able to do everything on my own. I need to get to a point in my independence where I don't need anybody else's help. Can you tell me about this question though? You have such an emotional attachment to this question. Like, you are so worried about the outcome. And I feel like it is causing imbalance for your life, and it's causing you to have a lot of self-doubts and fears. Because you don't know how this is going to play out yet, because you haven't seen the result, it's causing all this fear and insecurity in you. And I feel like this is a lot to do with other people that you have dealt with before, have kind of put you down about this, have kind of said it's impossible, or it'll never work, or it's a bad idea. And this has caused you to kind of really lose track of this security. And I feel like you are on the right track here. You are heading forward with your life, even though others can't really see that. But is it a yes or is it a no, though? So it does feel like it is a yes here. Like, there is momentum, there is action going forward. The only thing is, I feel like that it is going to take a lot of energy, a lot of physical energy to move forward. Not necessarily time. Like, yes, there is some time involved for this to manifest, for this to happen. But it's more to do with energy. Like, there needs to be more energy placed behind it. Like, you're having to kind of take on more weight. You're having to take on more time. And I almost feel like this is you waiting for things to develop. But overall, it is a yes. And I do feel like it is a very positive yes. Even though there is an element here of extra energy being consumed to make it happen. Like, it taking a lot of energy out of you. Taking a lot of time out of your day. That kind of thing. So I hope that helps you out, Tauruses. We're going to continue on now to Gemini. Gemini, what does Gemini need to know today about their question? How are they feeling today as well? I feel like there is a big emotional payoff here. You are playing off this is playing off of your emotions, this question. You have been working hard at being able to just continue to stay in this happy vibration, to stay in this lighter vibration. Even though I do feel like you feel a little bit stuck here. Because of you caring so much about the outcome of this, it could have caused, and I do want to say it could have caused, a lot of sadness and doubt and fear. But you've really kind of held your head up high. You've really kind of said, you know what, I'm just going to carry on. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to keep on playing forward. And unfortunately, lesser people would be more inclined to kind of run away from this, to not continue on from this, to jump ship, that kind of thing. But not you, Geminis. You've chosen to take a stance here. You've chosen to continue on with this momentum and continue on with it. This really represents a changing momentum for you. Coming out of the cold, going towards something positive, disconnecting from the old way of life. Although there is a little bit of sadness here though as well. This really represents you kind of building up more momentum. There is an issue surrounding it with bad communication or poor communication that may need to be improved though. But you are continuing on regardless. It's a yes or a no, though. So, as much as I feel like that you want it to work out, or you're hoping for a positive resolution for yourself, I do feel like it's a no. It feels like there's too much, bitterness here. I almost feel like you're dealing with people that are very arrogant or very controlling, or this question would control you. But there is a lot of deception and pain here, so I do feel like this is a no, but it's almost like it's quite a aggravating situation. Like, it would cause you more stress, it would cause you more strain if this was a yes. So it is a no, although there is some heartbreak here, and I feel like it is going to be temporary heartbreak. this kind of will be resolved in time. This will be kind of allowed a new beginning in time. So I hope that helps you out, Geminis. I'm going to move on to the next reading now, which is the Cancers. So Cancers. How are you feeling about this question? Cancers, your yes or no question. How are you feeling about it today? Feeling a little bit like people aren't valuing you. People are treating you like you're inexperienced. But they're still expecting you to take on a lot of burdens. A lot of taking on a lot in general. Like they expect you to kind of take on all these burdens, all of this. But they still treat you childishly. They still treat you badly. And I feel like it's kind of stalling your life in general. Like it's making it so you don't have the time or the energy to really focus on pushing forward or continuing on. So there is an element here of you kind of being pulled back or pulled back in general. It is definitely an issue around needing more communication, or the issue at hand needs more communication put into it. And I feel like partly this is because you can't solve this on your own. With the Hierophant card though, people will start to treat you with respect, and treat you more seriously. Although I don't feel like they're ever going to get to the place where they fully value you, it'll be a lot more respectful than it is right now, because there is a certain level of a huge amount of disrespect here and huge amount of unkindness here that's going on, which I don't really like. You know, this is like people being very unkind and uncaring towards you and not really kind of helping you to continue on or helping you to get to a certain point where you can continue on. And that really isn't very fair to you, because you're losing momentum, or you're losing the ability to build up that momentum by dealing with that. More than anything, I feel like this is kind of keeping you from really continuing on your path in general. But is it a yes or is it a no though? Is it a yes or is it a no? Ooh. I want to flip all over the place. With the Sun card, I do feel like it is a no. Sun card in reverse and Lovers in reverse. I do feel like this is a no at this time. I do feel like it's more of a temporary no, so eventually this can transform into a yes. But it's almost like you're having to forget about this for now, or leave this behind for now, in order for you to be able to progress forward later on. Sometimes we have to go into a whole new direction first before we can kind of continue on with our life, or before we can really continue forward with the momentum we need. So I hope that helps you out though, Cancers. But we're going to move on now to Leos. So Leos, what do you need to know today about your yes or no question? With the Sun card here, you're losing a little bit of brightness and happiness. And I feel like for many of you, this is either literally financial issues, or if it's not financial issues, it's not really feel like you're making waves in your life, or your life is progressing forward or continuing forward. So there is a little bit of a lament here, like I'm lamenting the fact that things just don't seem to be completely progressing. I'm not really enjoying things. I'm feeling disconnected, left out in the cold. I don't feel like there's any particular arguments though. This feels more like being forgotten. Or just in general, you feel like you've been forgotten in general. You have a lot of love to give though, and you're willing to take action. You have a lot of passion to take action to continue your life forward. But you definitely need to leave something in the past behind. I almost feel like you were judging the next outcomes by what happened in the past. You're judging about what will happen now from what had happened in the past. And it's time for you to kind of move past that and head towards something wholly new, completely new for you. So there is this need for progression, but I feel like almost like valuing yourself or valuing what you're doing isn't going to be important first. And there is a lot of communication issues, as in people keeping you out of the loop, people not really communicating or reaching out to you. And it's more not miscommunication, it's more being left out. I do feel like though here you are kind of rejecting a lot of the offers the universe is bringing in. So make yourself aware of that, because it's almost like you're shooting them down before they are even given a chance to progress. Is it a yes or a no though? Wanted to clarify, it is a yes, but it's almost like there's a lot of insecurity feelings here, insecurity surrounding it. There's definitely a need here to communicate, to allow yourself to speak up about what you need, because it's almost like I was hesitant to say yes, because it's almost like it's a yes, but it's being blocked a little bit by not having communication, not having that progression forward. But I do feel like over time this will become a yes. It's almost like a slow starter, a slow boil. It's slowly becoming a yes, but to maintain the momentum or move the momentum forward, you really need to start communicating more openly about what you need, what you want, because this is kind of really holding you back here, Leos. So we're going to go on now to Virgos though. I hope that helps you out though, Leos. So, Virgos. So, what does the Virgos need to know today? Oh, that one wanted to just jump out. Lover's card. You're very all over the place today, Virgos. You're very much all over the place. With the Lover's card here, though, I do feel like you have a lot of emotions coming in. You have a lot of love for people around you, and I feel like you are getting support from either literally a romantic lover, like a partner, or a very close friend or family member. This person is coming in to support you, and I feel like for many of you, you're semi-rejecting this offer. You're semi-rejecting this offer of help, because you want to do it on your own. You have passion for it, and you have this belief of, I can succeed, I can continue on. But there is this little bit of an element here of going, I'm really unsure of where to go from here or what to do from here. Like, I'm unsure where to go. You feel like secrets are kind of being held from you at the moment. And with the Ace of Cups here, there is a lot of insecurity here. And I feel like with the Ace of Wands, you will start to get more positive communication or better communication coming in. But you need to be open to it. I feel like for many of you are kind of a little bit closed off here from communication or from help, because you feel like you just want to get it done on your own. You want to be independent and you want to get it completed yourself. That's all well and good, but we need to let other people into our lives as well. We can't just shut it down. We can't just let it walk away, let it kind of fizzle away. But is it a yes or a no? Is the answer to your question yes or no? I do feel like this is a no, not at this time. It is definitely an issue here with the communication with the Queen of Wands here. There is a lot of issues because of you being shut down from communication or shutting communication down. It is kind of leaving you a little bit kind of drained, a little bit exhausted here. She's a bit of a problem. There is going to be some loss unless you choose to kind of start focusing on the positive here of why it's good to communicate, why it's good to connect. You can overcome this though. I feel like you could transform this into a yes by kind of communicating, by working with others, by having partnership. But at the moment it is a no. So I hope that helps you out, Virgos. I'm going to move on now to Libras, but please let me know in the comments if you've enjoyed this. So Libras. What do you need to know today, Libras? We have got the Strength card. You're feeling very strong today, very independent. Your emotions are a little bit up and down though. You've been trying to balance them out. And this is something you've been trying to learn to do for a little while now. How do I balance out my emotions? How do I balance out my reactions to others? Because you feel like there's a big burden being placed upon you. This is definitely something very slow moving. You've tried to walk away from it, but it just really hasn't worked. There has been issues with communication though involved in it. And I feel like now you're starting to feel like you're headed on the right path. I almost feel like this is more of a confirmation of either was I right or am I on the right path kind of mentality. Am I right or am I on the right path? Is your question a yes or a no? So I almost want to say like this is a no that'll turn into a yes. So it will be a yes, but I feel like there might be a bit of a hiccup along the way or a little bit of an issue along the way, which is causing some problems and some turmoil here. But you're kind of overcoming this now. You're kind of releasing this and letting go and starting to enjoy life again, starting to enjoy your progression again, starting to enjoy basically rekindling things again and moving on again and getting to a certain point where you can progress. I do feel like though here that there is action needed on your part to kind of build up this momentum to push it forward. So don't be afraid to take action, because I feel like some of you are a little bit worried about taking the right action or the wrong action here, but go for it, because that's really going to help you to shift the balance and move things quickly. Anything else you need to know though? I feel like there's something else left. Be prepared for a little bit of a slowdown here. If you don't choose to take action, things will take twice as long, basically. So I hope that helps you out, Libras. I'm going to move on now to Scorpio. So Scorpios, what do you need to know today about your question? You've definitely got the World in your hand. You are trying to pull back your energy a little bit because you're starting to feel these kind of negative affirmations or negative thoughts about yourself or about what you're trying to do. And you notice that that's starting to play on you a little bit. So it's almost like you're pulling away because you don't want to end up going down some negative thought cycles or negative pathways or negative feelings. I do feel like here though that you're kind of releasing a lot of this negativity. You're kind of releasing a lot of this negative thoughts that you had about yourself. There is definitely an element here though of you are dealing with a lot of kind of almost like letdowns. People not really kind of giving you the benefit of the doubt. People not really kind of seeing what value you're bringing to the table. And with the Sun card here, this is like almost like a lack of valuing myself, lack of valuing what I have. And I feel like that is because you have been let down by others. And they in turn have basically almost like gaslit you to try and make you feel like what you are doing isn't good enough or what you do isn't good enough. And I do feel like you are pulling away from this and going, you know what, that's not true. I need to really focus on how I'm moving forward or how I'm continue on here. With the Page of Wands here though, I do feel like there is issues with communication. Like you're not getting the kind of communication you deserve to get here. And with the King of Wands here, I feel like that there isn't the kind of communication moving forward in general that you'd like. I feel like you have a lot to offer, but look out for more of like who the people you are spending time with, because they aren't valuing you kind of mentality rather than what you have to offer. But is this a yes or a no for your question? Is this a yes or a no? It is a yes. It is a yes here. But I feel like you may need some time away from others, disconnecting from others, to allow yourself to proceed in the right direction. But it is a yes though, Scorpio. So I hope that helps you out. I'm going to move on to the next reading here, which is Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, what do you need to know today, Sagittarius? We have got the Emperor card here in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles, so with the Emperor card here, I do feel like you've been dealing with somebody who has been acting a little bit like a false emperor. They've been acting like they can get their life together, they've got everything together. Really, they haven't. I feel like you've been the emperor. You've been the person that has got their life together, has got this strength, has got this confidence, and you're starting to learn how to kind of sit up straight, how to take control of the situation yourself, how to plan forward, how to continue on. And I feel like more than anything with the Queen of Cups here, this is almost like a feeling of, oh, I'm not really sure if I'm bringing much to the table. I'm not really sure if I have much to bring to the table kind of mentality. But I feel like you do. Like, you have a lot of love. You have a lot of strength to give to this. And I do feel like your strength is paying off. Like, your commitment to move forward, to progress is paying off. You are very hardworking and it will be paying off. With the Justice card though, I feel like there is a lot of unfairness here. And you don't really feel like you have much to offer or much coming in. More than anything here though with the Lovers, I feel like you have a lot of people around you that is trying to give you the love and affection, but I don't feel like you really see it yet. It's time for you to start communicating again with them. But as for your question in general, if it's a yes or a no, is it yes or a no? So I do feel like whatever you're asking about is a no, but that's because it wouldn't really kind of give you the value that you deserve. It would kind of lead to some heartbreak or some upset. But with the Knight of Cups here, there is something better coming in around. So although this is a no, there is something better coming in for you. So I hope that helps you out, Sagittarius. I'm going to move on now to Capricorn. So Capricorn, what do you need to know today, Capricorn? What do you need to know today, Capricorn? There is a certain level of pain and insecurity here. With the Queen of Swords, I do feel like you are being a little bit humble, a little bit like you're feeling like you don't have much to offer. There's a little bit of sadness and drained here. Like, you've been working really hard and you're kind of drained. You're like, I'm just exhausted. With the Two of Cups though, people are reaching out for you, reaching out to you, trying to get help, trying to offer you help. With the Death card though in reverse, it is a little bit stagnant here. And with the Fool card, you're needing to kind of take a leap of faith. But with the Temperance, I feel like things move so quickly, you don't quite know how to move forward, how to progress. it's almost like trying to walk on sand. Like, it's constantly moving, it's constantly shifting, and you don't really know where safe to step. So although I do feel like you are able to kind of take a leap of faith and willing to, this worry and insecurity surrounding am I right, am I wrong, is a little bit overwhelming here. You are being offered a lot though, and I feel like people are taking you really seriously. But there is this kind of almost like lack of momentum from the shifting sands, from like not being able to know where to step. So it will take you a little bit of time to build up though. But what about your question though? Is it a yes or a no? Can you tell me more about this question? Is it a yes or a no? I do feel like it is a no though. With the reverse of the Tower card here, there's like stagnation. You're having to walk away from it. It is a bit of a karmic lesson for you, or a lesson in general for you, to shift you forward, to shift you on. So although it is a no, see it as a lesson that you had to kind of learn to progress forward with the rest of your life. I hope that helps you out, Capricorns. I'm going to move on now to Aquarius, but please do let me know if it's resonated with you down below. So Aquarius, what do you need to know today about your yes or no question? We've got the World card. The world is your oyster at the moment. You've been dealing with some financial gains or positive financial movement forward. Although it is a little bit unclear of where you're going next for yourself, like you are a little bit unclear of where to go next or what is happening next, this is actually allowing you to kind of progress forward towards something more long term, and it's because you've grown, you've learned a lot about where you need to go from here and what you need to do to continue on. There is a lot of positive communication here though coming in, and you're learning to overcome those obstacles of fear. More than anything though, I feel like this is you getting to a point where you're coming out of the cold, you're heading towards a whole new direction, whole new life, and that is making you feel a little bit indecisive here, Aquarius. You may be fearing a lot of losses that are going to come in because you feel insecure, because you've built everything up so much. There is almost this fear around, I might lose it at any moment. But I don't feel like there is going to be a rush of need of action to kind of protect yourself or anything like that. I feel like that you are starting to learn to kind of relax into a whole new state of being, a whole new, like, more affluent, having more money, you know, whether that's learning to like invest in stocks or shares or anything like that, or even buying a house or something. You're starting to get to that kind of point where you can kind of get to that point where you feel affluent, you feel like you have the money to save up to do those things that you want to, even if it's as simple as taking a holiday somewhere nice, you know. It is taking time, but I feel like you actually are progressing well. So is the answer to your question a yes or a no? I do feel like this is a yes. It will take some hard work and some self-improvement, but yeah, you will have movement forward here. There is some self-improvement that needs to still be done, but that's more of a background thing. Like, you know, you are moving forward, you are building up quite positive momentum and quite positive movement forward here. So, I hope that helps you out, Aquarius. I'm going to move on now to Pisces. Pisces. How does Pisces feel today? How's Pisces' question? So, what does Pisces need to know about their yes or no question? You feel like you're like losing out, but your hard work is going to pay off. Like, it's almost like because you've had a lot of money problems, You're worried that now you're starting to get momentum, that things are going to fall off. Like, you're worried about, like, you're worried about the wheels falling off the bike, you know? It's time to start focusing on more long-term potential, more long-term financial plans rather than short-term. And I feel like you're leaving that behind, the short-term thinking. You have a lot of strength and confidence here. And I feel like with the Queen of Swords here in reverse, you're dealing with a lot of kind of agitation and worries surrounding it. But these insecurities are very temporary, I feel like, Pisces. These are not like long insecurities. These insecurities are going to play out quite quickly. What else do you need to know about this though? There is going to be a little bit of a period of stagnation, and it might cause a bit of heartbreak because you feel like nothing's moving forward. But sometimes we do need a little bit of a break, a little bit of a breather, a little bit of chance to have a rest, relax and enjoy ourselves. But I feel like you have a lot of positivity coming in for you. Yes or no? I do feel like it is a yes, but there may be some communication issues at play. So be aware of that, that sometimes, although we do have progression, although things do move forward for us, it's important to understand that it takes a little bit of time for us to have that proper communication, be able to continue on, be able to continue forward, and get to the kind of place where we feel kind of level-headed enough to progress, to continue on. So I hope that helps you out there, Pisces, and please do take care of yourself.